My grandmother is probably, if not the most important person in my life who had the greatest impact on my relationship with Jesus. So my mom was a single mom, and she was doing this all on her own, but I would stay with my grandparents almost every weekend. My grandmother had this habit of always praying by my bedside every night and instilling in my conscious or subconscious just this awareness of who God is. Her and my grandfather practiced praying in front of me all the time, at meals, at bedtime, taking me to church with them every single weekend, and always just living out their faith in Jesus before me. I came to know Christ in a ministry called Teen Challenge back in 2008. If you know anything about Teen Challenge was a ministry started in the 50s that was targeted to reaching young men. I was sitting in chapel with a bunch of guys who were learning how to follow Jesus. All of our walks of life were filled with all types of mishaps, a lot of bad choices. Together in chapel that morning, Linwood Moore was the counselor there, and he preached the gospel message in a way I had never, ever understood it before. The emphasis was placed on my need for a Savior, my sin, and how I'm eternally separated from God, but that God loved me so much, He actually gave His Son for me. I grew up in church all the time, went to church every Sunday with my grandparents, went to church with my mom on Sundays. Never understood that I could actually have a personal relationship with God. A light bulb just went on in my mind. It just turned on for me. And my eyes were opened, and Jesus became so valuable to me in that moment, and I recognized my need for Him. I just wanted Jesus. I wanted Jesus so much. I wanted to know Him, and I wanted to follow Him. My grandmother prayed for me through my teenage years when I was very rebellious and hard-hearted towards anything that had to do with church or Jesus. I got into a ton of trouble as a teenager, and my grandparents never gave up on me. My grandmother never gave up on me. She always was praying for my salvation and for me to come to know Jesus. And without her and without her faith, and especially my mom as well, along with her, I wouldn't be where I am today.